This is Danette Chavis with another NAAPD update. 4 years after the murder of 18-year-old Ramarley Graham, no justice has been received. The indictment given by a grand jury was tossed out by a criminal court judge due to a technicality. A second grand jury failed to re-indict the officer, and the family has asked the DOJ for a federal indictment, but to date, no answer has been given.
Where's our justice? When are we going to get our justice? Every day, black and brown and Latino, African-American men has been killed. And none of these cops has been held accountable, none of these murdered for what they did. We want justice for Ramarley, and we're not going to stop until we get justice for Ramarley. Ramarley deserved the justice and his day in court. They never gave my son that day in court. And I want to go in court to face Richard Haste to ask him why he murdered my son. My son didn't have a gun. He didn't rush him. He didn't struggle with him. He didn't run from him. Why is my son being murdered?
Hi, my name is Loyda Colon. It's Loyda Colon. I'm with an organization called the Justice Committee. We've been supporting Ramarley's family through this process for justice.
I also would like to join the Graham family in thanking all of the members of the community who have continued to support them throughout this journey. I am here speaking on behalf of the National Action Network and our president and founder, Reverend Al Sharpton. As far as we are concerned, this situation has been an abortion of justice. It has stopped us from getting to the place that we will see an officer pay for killing one of our children yet again.
Good afternoon. My name is Reverend Ruben Austria, a member of the Bronx Clergy Criminal Justice Roundtable. And our group of clergy has been supporting the Graham family because we believe that nobody should have to lose a child under these circumstances. We as clergy, we're not anti-police, but we are anti-police brutality.
My name is Natasha. I'm the eldest sister of Chantel Davis. It's coming up on 1 year that my sister was murdered by Detective Philip Atkins in Brooklyn. This time, last year, my sister only had 9 days to live and she didn't know. We're here in support of the Graham family. They supported us since day one. They're connecting us borough by borough, state by state, coast by coast, and they don't even know. We're not going to stop fighting for justice for my sister. We're going to continue to support the Graham family until they get justice, because the NYPD needs to hold their officers accountable when innocent lives are lost. No justice!
No peace! Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Councilmember Andy King, and I represent the 12th District of the Bronx. As much as I appreciate my men and women in blue, it's unfortunately that every decade or every year we have the same conversation of how another young black or Latino gets killed by the men and women in blue. It has to stop, because I never hear of a black or Latino officer killing a white man, and all of a sudden it takes so long to get justice.
Ramarley Graham was unarmed, and an unarmed man is not reaching for anything. There is absolutely no justification for this shooting. It was an unjustified homicide or murder. And we ask for leadership, competence, and justice.
I'm speaking on behalf of our network of several hundred churches in the Bronx. And we're not saying that we're anti-police, because police officers are in our community and in our congregation. But we are against police that do the wrong things. And they try to say that this is just an accident, that accidents happen. But accidents always seem to happen to Latinos and African Americans in certain areas. We never hear of a shooting in Neck or Pelham Gardens or the Upper West Side. So every time someone gets shot, it's always a Latino or an African American that lives on the Grand Concourse, that lives in West Farms, that lives in urban poor areas.
I'm a single parent, and I'm just like broke down behind this. And this to see this thing happen to all our children, and it's like I'm just really nervous and everything. But the message is that when we at Pension Homeless, we want to see some justice.
My name is Carlton Berkeley. I'm a retired New York City detective, and I've been supporting the Graham family since this incident happened from day one. And during my 20 years on the NYPD, there has never been a case where a black or Latino officer ever shot or killed a police officer and the case never even made it to the grand jury. That has never happened in the history of the NYPD. NYPD must be held accountable. As a detective, I was in the narcotics unit. I watched that video, and everything the police did, every single thing they did from the moment they walked up to that house was wrong. And Officer Haste has to be held accountable.
2005.
I just want to say that I think that it's a shame for this family to have first went through 5 months of marching and protesting just to get an officer indicted, to finally come to court and have the judge dismiss the indictment on a technicality. When you live in a land that has claims of liberty and justice, you shouldn't have to march and beg for it. And when you do get an indictment and you go to court in order to get justice, justice should be served. I think the criminal justice system has been turned into a mockery. I think the things that they propose, they don't enforce in action. And I think it's a crime when you have people, entire communities, who are looking to you and expecting you to do the right thing in accordance to the law, and each and every time you fail. Yet those same people, when just suspected of committing a crime, they are arrested, they are charged, and they were brought before the judge for the crimes that they are accused of. There is a great disparity when it comes to law enforcement here in the United States, and it has to stop, and it has to end. If you can't do the job that you are either elected or appointed to do for the benefit of the people, then you need to be removed. This family and all other families deserves justice. Their child committed no crime. Their child committed no wrong. Their child did not possess a weapon. He was in the privacy of his own home, which was illegally broken into by those officers who falsely accused him of having a weapon.
That's right.
And even when they discovered that no weapon was found on him, they could be seen in the video leaving from the apartment laughing. What is amusing about killing an unarmed man in the privacy of his home? What is there to applaud when you go to court concerning the charges and pay your bail and are received into the arms of your fellow officers who applaud you? What were you applauding? The officer killed an unarmed innocent man in the privacy of his home. That is a fact. And that is the only thing that we intend to deal with concerning this case, the facts. And the facts of the matter is he is guilty, and we expect the DA to take care of it immediately, like yesterday.
We want our day in court like everybody else. That's all we ask for, our day in court. My son deserved that, and that's all I want, my day in court.
The family has asked that you stand with them and show your support, and the locations are as follows. City Hall, the Department of Justice, and for those who like to rally at the home of the family in the Bronx. Until next time, be well.